So, what movies have you guys watched?
Oh, Gundam.
None,
Something.
but I watched The Young Rock. So I started watching The Young Rock today.
The Young Rock.
Young Rock.
Yeah, pretty much what it's about is obviously as The Rock, the wrestler, is because he's trying to become what the
The Rock is cooking.
Sorry.
Even I know that one.
he's trying to become president, and he's talking to an interviewer about his life. So it's pretty much him talking about like his dad, his uncles, because all his family are wrestlers. It's been all right. It's quite funny because you've got someone playing Andre the Giant, and Andre the Giant's just like taking a piss out of his dad because he wants to be Vince's top guy, but he's not.
Yeah.
Andre's there.
Andre the Giant was a pisshead, wasn't he?
Oh
Like
yeah,
a super
Yeah.
pisshead.
Hell yeah.
Drank a hell of a lot of booze.
Yeah.
Because I watched a little kind of documentary on the on YouTube, and he just used to drink like 12 bottles of wine like with his dinner and stuff like that. But he was a real monster. You know, the best movie, my childhood movie, it has to be Princess Bride.
what a movie! That is a great
That is
movie.
a fucking amazing movie.
Chico Montes killed my father.
There's a few wrestling movies out there. Has anyone seen Suburban Commando?
Yeah, with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Oh, that is trash.
Urban Command. Yes,
Yeah.
that's the famous one with the guy throwing his dog in the water in the background, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and they
Oh.
filmed it by accident, and the guy's like chucking his dog in the water.
I don't know. I don't remember that.
They kept it in the movie. I'm sure that's the one. He's like driving down like near the beach or near some water on a big Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
And as he's driving down, this bloke just like gets his Labrador and just throws it in the water.
There's another wrestling one called No Holds Barred.
Yeah, was it him in
I've seen a movie
the
that's
guy with the
called that.
eye.
It's
Yeah,
not what I'm thinking.
Yeah. That's a top shelf film, bowl.
Yeah, that is. That definitely is. That one is.
Who's the guy who played Harry Potter? What was his name? His actual name?
Rick.
Do you know I've never seen a full Harry Potter film?
I've never watched them either, but I watched the movie with the guy who played it, and I'm trying to look up the name.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe. Okay, he played in a movie where he had guns drilled
Guns
into his hand.
Kimbo.
Yeah,
Good movie. I enjoyed that.
that was fucking hilarious.
Legs
They're
of
like,
Kimbo.
"Rock,
I've
you're
seen a
gonna
movie
go."
like that as well.
Legs of Kimbo.
No, I know that what you mean. Is it Guns Akimbo? Is that
Yeah.
right?
Kimbo, yeah.
That was a good one.
Akimbo. Dear me, childish, very childish. Yeah, I did see the advert for that Guns Akimbo. It looked pretty good. But I
did
think
not expect it to be good.
he's trying to get away from being Harry Potter, though, isn't he? Really?
Yeah.
I don't
It's the
like
same
any
with
of the
Elijah
movies.
Wood because he did Lord of the Rings movies. Now, if you see him, he's doing a lot of horror movies.
Yeah,
And
trying to
some
get
of them
away
are-
from it.
Yeah, some of them are really good. Some of them are shit, obviously.
Did he do that? Was it White Lady or something like that, or
Black
I know the
Lady.
Black Lady in Black or something? Lady in White. I remember something like that. I quite liked that. It wasn't that scary though.
Oh, I got quiet really quick.
I just got to answer the phone. I'll be back in just 2 seconds.
Okay,
All right.
mate.
all right.
The movie Ball was talking about is The Woman in Black.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know The Woman in Black.
It was a good movie. It had a nice little premise, but
Like Black Swan. I don't know. I'm just naming movies with the word black in it now.
did any of you see that Jungle? I think it was Jungle. The movie where he was dead, but his friend. I think the premise is pretty much his friend was trying to kill himself,
Mhm.
but obviously he didn't let him, and he was like a figment of his imagination. And the more and more his friend became alive, like found himself, the more and more Daniel Radcliffe's character became alive. Came to the one where he was dressed in a robe with a couple of guns, looking like a crackhead. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I didn't expect to like the movie at all. I just kind of turned it on for background and I sat and watched the whole fucking thing. Like they did it perfectly in a way. Like the way they had the characters act, as if they were like like the situations they were in were clearly way too extravagant to be in real life, but they responded in a way that you would in real life. Like you would expect a real life person to respond to a situation like that, which I thought was fucking awesome.
Some movies like that, right? The secret sleepers, as I call them, like movies that'll just catch you off guard, and you're just like, okay, that was a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have a hard time getting into stuff. Like I don't know. If I haven't seen it before, I don't like it, and which is kind of hard to find new movies if I haven't seen it before.
Yeah, I get that.
So actually, what I had to do before is I would have to I wouldn't be able to watch a movie unless it was
Sorry
had an
about that.
actor or some sort of connection to somebody who was in a movie I had already owned or something like that. So it was like, okay, if that person was in this movie, I have that one, I can watch this one, and then I'd be able to watch it.
So, say if you haven't seen the film, but you the person in the film, like say I don't know, say Daniel Radcliffe, Daniel Radcliffe was in another film, would you still watch that film?
Not really. I mean, it wouldn't, because I know like with Tom Hanks movies, I can't watch Tom Hanks movies because it's always Tom Hanks.
I like Tom Hanks.
Yeah,
I think-
I do too, and he's a good actor and all. But every movie I see, like he won't be the character; he'll be Tom Hanks being somebody to me, And fucking flies. Oh, did you know Tom Hanks' son? He just opened up a handkerchief company called Hanks Kerchiefs.
Nice.
Yeah, Hanks Kerchiefs.
Yeah, I saw a
Nice.
conspiracy theory along that. Have you heard the conspiracy theory about him being part of the Illuminati? And
Oh.
these now listen to this. It gets better, mate. These
Oh,
handkerchiefs are a symbol to other people because it's the way you fold them. They give certain messages to different people.
I heard someone say Vince McMahon was in the Illuminati.
Really?
It wouldn't surprise me if he wasn't, to be honest.
But I mean, just all these conspiracy theories are just crazy. I don't know. Maybe there's some truth beyond some. I don't know. I'm not
Should
clever
we
enough.
do an episode on the podcast just full of conspiracy theories?
We'd be here for fucking ever, mate.
We just need to invite flat
I
earthers.
saw one the other day. They were talking about Area 51,
Yeah.
and they said, "What if Area 51 is the end of the simulation?" So say we're all in the simulation, but the Area 51 is the door out of the simulation.
I don't think it'd be that impressive. I think the end of the simulation would be like somewhere in Swansea.
Swansea. A backdoor pub in Swansea.
Swansea, or I don't know, like Akron,
somewhere not-
Stanley, or something
You've
like
got that
that.
wrong. You've got that wrong, Bolt. You've got that wrong. You wish you was in a simulation if you're in Swansea.
Area
I
51
thought
draws so much attention.
Mr. Blobby was in the Illuminati.
Mr. Blow, he could have been.
Mr. Blobby had his own theme park.
Yeah,
Did
he
you know
did.
that.
Yeah, they
Blobby
should-
Land.
Yeah, it didn't do very well, did it?
No, it was gash.
Why would anyone want to go and see that horrible fucking thing?
It was
He
shit.
was horrible, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I'm lost.
Sorry, zombie. Mr. Blobby was like a TV character, like kind of like Barney, but the rude version of Barney. Even though wasn't Barney rude as well? Didn't he get
Zombie.
arrested?
No,
Google
those were myths and shit
Google.
like that. Characters inside it. Oh no, it was Elmo who got arrested for touching people.
How did they fit the cuffs on their little hands?
It was the guy. He had to cuff him, and then.
Oh, okay, I got you. Oh no. Yeah, Mr. Blobby was like a TV presenter in like the early 90s.
Oh, like the movie
Yeah.
Death to Smoochie, like with Robin Williams and what's that other guy? Played the Hulk. Damn it! And then fight.
Louis, check our Discord, zombie. Check our Discord.
Mr. Blobby.
That is Mr. Blobby behind Ghost there, showing off the classic Mr. Blobby. He actually had an album out. He had an album out in the early 90s. It was, I think it got to #1 in the UK,
What
which
the
kind of
fuck?
says a lot about our music in the 90s.
Blobby, Mr.
Oh, Mr.
Blobby.
Blobby.
How the fuck did that not scare children?
What's that? He's
It
my
was
mate.
Christmas #1 in 1993.
Oh, was it 1990? Yeah, I knew it.
I get a selfie with Mr. Blobby.
That's not.
Who was the bloke who used to be with him?
That's
It was
awful.
Not
He had a
like-
beard, didn't he? Noel Edmonds.
Yeah,
No,
that was house party. That was a
Yeah.
banger.
You know what I used to love is the other one with Pat Sharp with the mullet man.
Funhouse.
Funhouse. That was good.
Melanie and Martina. Oh,
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
That was.
they're what a pair of classics they were.
You must have had some of that like that, though, Zombie, back in the
Yeah,
US.
I'm trying to think. Like that looks like a cracked out Teletubby.
Yeah.
The thing on his thing there. So I
Yeah,
mean, I can see where like the inspiration comes from. But like, what the fuck? Like, did someone just like put googly eyes on a pimple and just?
Yep. Basically.
pretty much.
Yep.
Oh, you know what it was? Oh, no, I'm not gonna go into. That's just too dirty. I'm not gonna. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think the Teletubbies were a British thing. They used to film it in Stratford. But the Teletubbies back in the day, me and my mates used to get stoned to the Teletubbies. It was a fantastic thing
Yeah, I would have
to.
stoned you.
There
if
you
you
are.
all-
Get stoned
There's
with, yeah.
Pat Sharp.
Yeah.
Melanie
Yeah,
and
people
Oh, there he
Martina.
is. Yeah, Melanie Martina, the fantasy of a pubescent person in the UK. That was.
Mr.
Oh.
Blobby was one of Simon Cowell's first big hits.
What the?
Simon Cowell.
I
Oh,
can
that
see
explains a shitload, doesn't it? That does.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
That explains a hell of a lot. Mr. Blobby was.
He knows
Simon-
his music.
He definitely does. But then again, I suppose if you think about it, if you know it's going to sell, you don't really care, do you?
No,
Oh, thank you, Bo.
no.
Did you take a picture?
Oh.
Okay, all right then. Okay, babe. Sorry, someone's parked in our parking spot and we're very territorial. I went down-
yeah.
You ain't gonna
How
go
you
piss
pissed
up
on
it,
it?
are you, Bo?
I spat on the handle, so at least when they go into it, they get
We know what
spit
you. We know what you're like pissing up cars. You don't want to go.
I piss up her car, fucking stupid bitch.
Take
Um,
a chocolate bar and stick it up underneath the handle.
My wife's brought me a lovely sandwich. I think it's turkey and stuffing. Turkey,
Bit
Yeah,
early,
I-
bit early for that.
My wife made me a
Chicken
steak
and
for my birthday.
stuffing.
And
Oh,
couldn't-
chicken and stuffing.
my wife made me
What?
a steak for my birthday, and like
oh, thank
I
you.
ate a big piece or something. And it got stuck halfway down my throat.
BJ tonight, then steak and BJ's. They always come hand in hand.
Don't put no hot sauce on it though. That's death. That is me.
What on the steak or his dick?
Well, it's gonna go on either, so it don't matter. Oh, bring tears to your eyes. That was. It was always like a little trick that everyone used to say they were gonna do, and like inject chili sauce into someone's condoms. I would have
Oh.
loved to have done that, but I never did. I have to be honest, I never did.
That would be extremely harsh.
Yeah, that sounds dumb.
Yeah, it'd be funny though, wouldn't it? Imagine the look on their faces. Ooh,
Oh, not if you're not there to see it.
I'd make sure I would.
Same.
You're just following around people's condoms you fucked with.
Yeah, and fucking having a little goosey gander just to see him. Ah!
Yeah, Bolrog, this one's just for you, mate. You ready?
Go on in. Oh yeah, there they are. That's
You
them.
fit right in there, Ghost.
Yeah.
no.
So wait, which one's Marky Mark? He must be there.
I could do this guy here, this one, like
The moody one with the lip. He invented the pout.
Yeah. Well, the thing said if he was 13 when he was in the group, so he would have been like the youngest looking one there.
Okay. You know, the band that I miss is the Beastie Boys. Beastie Boys were cool,
the
Yeah.
beast.
but the guy passed away, didn't he?
Yeah, he had
Right.
cancer.
Yeah, shame. You know the Beastie Boys ghost, yeah?
Yeah.
You got it right.
I just got to remind myself to delete these images of New Kids Off the Block off my computer. That's all.
Oh, what are these? They're my special pictures.
They're in with her Tinder
That's
pictures.
bank material, that lad.
Dear me. So, well, how did we get to Mr. Blobby?
Oh, I don't know.
But they did a tour of
He
his,
has those toys our friend had that we were jealous of as kids.
it was
Yeah,
never
Mr.
Mr. Blobby. It was
Never,
Mr. Blobby.
never jealous of
You
Mr.
could get the action figures there, if I remember correctly. You could buy them. Do you know who was in the Mr. Blobby outfit?
Hillary Clinton.
Keith Chegwin. Cheggers.
Cheggers, was it?
Yeah, it was him inside.
I don't know why I said Hillary Clinton. It's the first name that popped into my head.
Hillary Clinton dressed up as
don't know
Mr.
why.
Blobby. It might work.
I don't
Might
know why.
work.
That's weird. I'm the one who's American and her name doesn't pop into my head at all. I don't
Yeah,
think
no,
about
no, that's even
Her
weirder.
husband
isn't it?
does. Her husband's pops into my head quite a bit.
Why have you got pictures of Hillary Clinton on your laptop, man? I
Oh,
haven't.
it.
I
It's
love
in the same
her.
folder as your Tinder and your fucking New Kids on the Block. Well, something's gonna happen. He's gonna disappear. Like, we need to find him. Let's go into his computer and see what he's into.
I've got to be honest though, Hillary Clinton, for her age, she looks all right.
For
Are
the
you
Christmas
sure?
I don't know pictures I've seen of her. She looks all right. She kept to herself well. Her husband looks beaten. I mean, he deserves to be honest with you. But he's definitely been through the ringer a few times. Our
Yeah, but he
cigar
did that.
smoking man.
He did that for for
Are
fun.
you sure? Are you sure, Bob?
Yeah, she's
Sure.
all right. She's
That-
a,
okay,
she's,
mean,
she's
you
at
gotta
2 o'clock
be
in the
kind of
morning,
slam
Paul.
dunk.
But she's all right.
That's an old picture.
That's an old picture.
Aren't they sending her
What's
to
the
jail
new one
soon?
by then?
I don't know. She got long
Nah.
hair now. They take the upper shoulder. Mm.
I've got longer hair than Hillary Clinton.
You have got longer hair than Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton. I nearly said something bad then. Hillary Clitters.
I just
know.
think of Clinton hard.
I watched the first 5 of season 11 of Walking Dead.
Nice. I stopped watching
Season
that.
11, sorry, season 11.
Oh,
Yeah, I
I
stopped
stopped.
watching in season 1.
Did you?
Yeah, it always bugged me because I'm a fucking zombie freak, and you know that. The very beginning, when they were hiding underneath the cars, the zombies didn't smell them. But in the other scenes where they put the zombie blood and guts and shit like all over them, that just shows that the zombies have a sense of smell. So therefore, they should have been able to smell them hiding underneath the cars. So
That's
it
very
just blew the whole
true.
it just blew the whole cannon out for me. And Walking
Very
Dead
true.
sucked.
But then again, all the way through, that's been kind of blown because as soon as they worked out they could cover themselves in blood, you surely every time you went out, you would have some kind of suit that always smelled of zombies.
They
Yeah,
did
why
do that,
wouldn't you?
didn't they? Didn't they
They
do
did do
that?
sometimes, but not like a consistent thing. I would have thought they would have been a consistent. If you think about it, if you were stuck in like a place and you need to venture out and you knew something worked, you'd do it every time, wouldn't you? I
Yeah,
would.
I
especially
really
'cause
like
it's
that
slow as
show
shit.
up until like I saw up to Negan. You know when Negan smashed everyone's brains in and that.
Yeah, yeah.
Spoiler alert. And then after that, I just kind of drifted off it. It was
See, I like the Walking Dead game. I got the Walking Dead game, which is
yeah,
streaming, which is 3D or not 3D, it's VR. So
Yeah, yeah.
nice.
That's-
I've seen
Onslaught.
bits of that.
Onslaught, I think
The
it's called.
Telltale
Isn't it?
game's really good as well.
which
I
one?
haven't played that one.
Telltale, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Really
like.
good.
Is that similar to the Jurassic Park?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of style.
There's one that was released on the Xbox 360 and it was slated and it's Daryl's story, like prequel story.
Okay.
It was survival, Walking Dead survival.
Yeah.
Now a lot of people slated that and it wasn't a great game. I've got to be honest,
I
but
like-
I quite liked it. I didn't
Yeah,
mind it. Where
it's
it's like
fun.
Hillary Clinton looks like somebody ironed something. I don't.
All bag.
A
All
ball-
bag.
Looks like somebody ironed a ball bag. But yeah. It's one of my kinks, you know. What can I say?
Does she look like an iron ball bag? Yes, she does. Oh, yes. She's well into that.
Like an iron ball bag.
An iron one or an ironed?
Ironed. So someone actually took the time to iron her face back to the look of a person. Yeah, I suppose you're
Instead of
right.
a bulldog.
But going back to Walking Dead, Ghost, I finished exactly the same time as you, and the reason why I did is because I didn't like Negan.
I love Negan. I thought he was fucking brilliant.
But the thing is, I liked him so much, I hated him. Do you know what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say? He was such
Yeah.
a prick. I wanted him to die, but that means that he's a good actor and a good character. And
Yeah.
I started watching it again when I realized he started to get good because he changes. Doesn't change. He's still a bit of an arsehole, but he becomes like on the better side. And
He
now I
becomes our
like him. What's that?
He becomes our asshole. You know, you have that person who's like, he's a real asshole, but he's our asshole.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of thing.
He was
It's
pretty
like,
brutal when he first came in, wasn't he? He was.
Oh,
like
hell yeah.
Joffrey from what do you call it?
What's that?
Game of Thrones. Like Joffrey from Game of Thrones. He did his job. He made everyone hate him in real life, like the actual person that
Yeah.
plays him.
Never
Can't
watched
get a
Game
job
of
now,
Thrones.
can he?
No,
Never watched Game of Thrones.
I
Yeah,
only
it's-
watched it for the tits. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The worst
I
part
just-
is that
Fair play.
I didn't like it. I didn't think it was very. One of the, Snow. He comes from the same city I do. Tally's a prick.
Yeah. Did you know they were supposed to talk like differently, but as soon as they heard Sean Bean speak, they just thought, "Fuck it, we'll just go with the way Sean Bean speaks."
Yeah, but the
And
whole
that's how we got
thing
the thingy.
is based on kingdoms in England. It's written
Yeah.
off that. Basically, it's somebody who knows their English history and knows the kings of England, the split of the lands, and also they played a lot of World of Warcraft at some point because it's basically the tale of the Lich King. Lich King, the frozen army from the north, the Scorch that went across the land, and it's just the split up kingdoms of the UK.
Yeah.
So I mean, fair play to him. He's an old bloke now, though, and is he dead yet?
Who's Sean
Would you-
Bean? No, but he's dead in a lot of films that he's in.
He is old Sean Bean. He dies a lot, doesn't he? I think they
Scene
employ him.
Bean, my friend calls him Scene Bean.
Scene Bean. But I loved him. They used to do a TV show. Like you've definitely had it in the US. It's called The Sharps, and he used to play a rifleryman, and it was
Yeah.
it was like
yeah, I know the one you're on
I
about.
fucking loved that.
On the boat.
No, well, it might have been on the boat.
It's called
It was-
Sharp. What is it called? Sharp.
Yeah. It was a
Sean
sharp.
Bean has died 25 times in movies.
He does like to die. Sean Bean does definitely. He does die a lot.
It was in a TV advert for Teabags. I'm surprised he didn't die in that.
He died in Lord of the Rings as well, didn't
I'm
he?
amazed he didn't get teabagged in that one. Boom, boom.
Oh, no.
dear, that was terrible.
Ba-dum-ts.
But yeah, Sean Bean was cool in that because it was basically the special Irish regiment.
The special Irish.
Yeah.
It was a special Irish regiment. They were
All the
sharpshooters,
special
and that's
people
where they
in
got the
Ireland
name
who were
from.
rich.
Yeah, that's how it worked
All
over
the-
here. You didn't put an Englishman with an Irishman.
Oh, no,
Bloody hell.
Or a Scotsman.
That's how they got rid of the special people.
Well, no, they were special. They were fantastic shooters. They were shots. They were fantastic shots, and they used to be sent in first of all before the redcoats came in. They were the first armed brigade to have camouflaged uniforms, and they used to go in and do like raids around the back. And do you know why they did that originally? Where it came from? It came from the Boer Wars. It was translated into the Boer Wars as like guerrilla warfare. And that then developed into the commandos and so on and so forth. Anyway, that's a history.
Snuggles has
That's
said
the
in
history
chat
of Scene
he wishes
Bean.